Southampton Under-18 celebrated their second consecutive win on Saturday morning as they beat Swansea City at their Landor Training Academy. Matt Hale took charge of the squad in the absence of Craig Fleming and named an attacking formation. Jake Hallett started in goal with Richard Bakary, Ollie Cook, Alfie Jones and Ben Cull in front of him. Ben Rowthorne and Joe Lee held the midfield with Harley Willard and Karel Kayembe on either wing, supported by Stuart Wilkin. Olafella Olamola was the lone striker. Saints were dominant from the off and almost snatched an early goal when Wilkin's corner was headed against the post by captain Olamola. Wilkin again found space for himself after good work from Willard, who couldn't keep his low shot on target here. Swansea's chances were few and far between. Aaron Lewis with this free kick that was comfortable for Hallett. Saints' goal did eventually come midway through the first half. Olamola picked out Lee, who got between two defenders to slot home and give his side the lead. That was Lee's first of the season for the Under-18s. Minutes later and it was 2-0. A stray back pass found Olamola, who rounded the goalkeeper and slotted into the empty net. Olamola's second in as many games after a wonder strike against Fulham at Staplewood last weekend. Thomas denied Willard here as he tried to make it free for Saints, who were dominant in possession and piling on the pressure. Swansea had just one more glimpse of goal in the first half. Lewis with this volley across goal was no trouble for Hallett though. With half-time fast approaching, Saints made it free. Kayembe was played through by Olamola to beat the goalkeeper one-on-one. 2 in 2 weeks for him as well, as Olamola notched his second assist of the game. Saints continued to dominate in the second half. That Olamola and Wilkin partnership linked up again here, but Wilkin blazed over. Willard's free kick somehow found its way through a host of bodies, but was denied by the upright. Saints unlucky not to make it 4. Again, Willard created the danger here, but couldn't find any teammates in the centre. Dan and Lundalu, one of them, coming off the bench and impressing with his strength and speed. Up the other end, Swansea were trying to keep Hallett busy. He made this comfortable catch from substitute Corso Domene's efforts. Much to Saints' frustration though, they were unable to keep the clean sheet. A shot from the corner was initially saved by Hallett, but he couldn't keep up the follow-up effort as luck eventually turned Lewis's way after a couple of missed chances. Tyreek Johnson rounded Thomas, but his goalwards effort was too soft as Saints cruised to a 3-1 victory. Academy manager Matt Hale says he was pleased to see the boys build on last week's win against Fulham.
Back-to-back wins, what were your reflections on that one?
Yeah, no, a bit of a better performance really, I think. Obviously a good start going in at half-time. The lads were quite pleased with that, obviously. And second half, we probably let them into it a little bit. We expected that, bit of a backlash, if you like, straight after half-time. But I suppose we dealt with it pretty well, considering that little bit of pressure. We just couldn't get enough of our midfield players back on the ball in the second half to continue the good work that we done in the first. But yeah, pleasing for the boys again, you know, to come away. It's been a long couple of days, long journey, and pleased for the players.
Did you sense with that fast start that the confidence taken from last week's win had really carried over?
Well, we asked them, you know, to build on that, and we've always said last week and again today, reminding them of the belief that we've got in them as individuals. Some really good individual performances today, which hopefully they took that on board, you know, and yeah, they carried on from last week very much so. Again, in spells, you know, in large spells, it wasn't the complete performance, but it certainly was a lot better from last week. So, you know, we did build on that.
The first goal from Joe Lee, he made the run from very deep. Is that something you've been working on with the midfielders to try and get up and support the lone striker?
Well, yeah, Flem and Bobby in particular, you know, would be on the pitch with them and always working with the midfield players on that kind of energy. And I looked at his run all the way from deep, and he thoroughly deserved that. You know, no better kind of lesson for him to learn that by making those runs, you get your rewards. You know, so probably a good 50-yard run. Hard work, and he gets a finish like that, so pleased for him, and he'll learn from that. You know, it's worth doing.
And talk us through your goal, because I think you made the run from about 60-70 yards away, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I said last time I spoke to you guys, I said I want to score more goals, and yeah, I just saw a fella. I had the belief that fella was going to get the ball in the box, and I just thought I'll just go for it. Thankfully, it fell fell right on my foot.
Is it something you've been working on as a group, especially the midfielders, to make runs from deep to contribute and help Olafella as the lone striker?
Yeah, I think sometimes that's important. I mean, we play with a 10, which was Stu today, and I think Stu's always in the box in and around there. He scored against Tottenham, as you can see. But I think, yeah, as long as we have someone that will stay back, and we had Ben doing that today, I think, yeah, it gives us the licence to go and get into the area.
And at half-time, you must have been really pleased with the way things were going. Were you perhaps disappointed not to get that fourth early on in the second half and really kill the game off?
Yeah, that could have killed the game off. We said that in the change room. I think we wanted to get that fourth goal and kill it off. But no, at the end of the day, we're going to take the 3 points. It's a long journey.
Were you also pleased with the way they dealt with conceding that goal? Because it could have become an edgy last 10 minutes, but they seemed quite composed to see the game out.
They did. I mean, I just said to them at the end there that when you are, if you like, 3-0 up and then 3-1, you've still got to have that courage to keep playing. Because when it becomes a bit tighter at 3-2 or you draw in a game, there's courage about, you know, winning tackles and getting involved in a bit of an aggressive kind of match. But there's also the courage to get on the ball and keep wanting it and playing, and that was important. We could have done that a bit better for me, but one or two of the lads, Jolie in particular, you know, gets those little knockdowns for us and gets us playing again. So that's important to have that courage, you know, for sure.